Lesson 55 in the jazz violin series. Okay, last video I mentioned about the dominant seventh chord, and I didn't go in deeply into different types of seventh chords. So if I'm going to go to the piano here in C, every other note, 3, 5, and then the seventh note. Now, by nature, the seventh degree of the scale, as you've learned in your note theory and note mechanics earlier, is always a half step to the 8. That means in this chord, 1, 3, 5, and 7, it's got this clangy kind of, by itself, it's not that pleasing. It's there because it's like a half step apart, just divided by almost an octave. It's not that pleasing. But somehow when it's mixed with the 3 and the 5, it kind of it makes it a little more pretty, doesn't it? And this chord has a different symbol than if you flatted the seventh. Now that one has a little more meat and potatoes kind of sound to it, a feeling. Can you tell the difference? Here's the major seventh in there. 1, 3, 5, 7. Here's 1, 3, 5, flatted seventh. Much more common, much more palatable, and it's also has different function. As we said, anything that is that flatted seventh wants to lead somewhere else. It's always a strong second last chord, or it always wants to move it somewhere. So now the symbols. I already mentioned that the symbol for the flatted seventh one is because it's the most common sounding, which is the theme in how we write and think of music. The most common sounding stuff gets the easiest symbol time and time again. That's another concept I could talk about in another video, probably. But in this case, C, E, G, and B flat, the flatted seventh, is called a C7, just straight C with a 7 after it. And it's assumed that the 7 is always flatted whenever you see a 7 alone. If it has the abbreviation MAJ in between the C and the 7, though, that's what means this chord. That's the major 7. So this chord C, E, G, and B the symbol would be C, MAJ 7. That's a pretty lot to look at. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 symbols, 5 characters to make up a chord. Now this chord, to be fair, is less common, so it got a harder symbol. The most common sounding one got the easier symbol. All right, again, I'll talk about that concept in another video. I think it's an important one. So there's the secret handshake mentioned again and expounded on. If it's the major 7th above the root, it has to add the word MAJ7. So it's in this case C with MAJ7. That major is attached to the 7, showing that it's a major 7th. It's not C major with a 7. That'd be the same as the C with a flat 7. The secret handshake is whenever the C with the number 7, it's assumed it's a C major chord with a flatted 7th added in. If it's a C major 7th, it's C, assuming major triad, with a major 7th in the top. That's what you need to know.